And RTTL's Jagedes met with Western Sahara's United Nations ambassador, Dr. Sidi Omar. Dr. Omar, much like Timor-Leste's Jose Ramos Horta, has worked for decades to bring attention to his people's struggle. And according to Dr. Omar, Timor-Leste's example offers hope and inspiration as Western Sahara continues its fight for independence.
What do you see as similar between West Sahara struggle and Timor-Leste?
Well, to be honest, there are many striking similarities between the two struggles, even in historical terms. Both of them started in 1975. We used to be a Spanish colony, and East Timor used to be a Portuguese colony. And from the beginning, we understood the link that was there in our common struggle. And diplomatically, we struggled together, and we even shared the same offices as one voice. So we know each other very well, and not only because of the historical circumstances, but because of the fact that both of us were victims of our neighbors, and we had to resist. And that relationship, what I want to stress, is not only a historical one. The relationship between the Sahrawi people and the East Timorese people is still there. And that actually culminated in the establishment of diplomatic relations between the Sahrawi Republic and the Republic of Timor-Leste, where we have the only embassy in Asia that we have is here in the capital, Delhi.
Mr. Could you please give us update on how your people live in the Sahara today?
Well, our people, as you may know, live divided in three places. The bulk of our population lives under occupation for the past 50 years. They live in the largest prison on earth because, of course, of the area of Western Sahara, where international observers and media are not allowed to enter Western Sahara, which is being put under a total media blackout. Nobody actually is allowed, even United Nations bodies are not allowed to visit occupied West Sahara, where Moroccan occupation forces continue to perpetrate gross violation of human rights, curtailing the freedom of expression and assembly. And as I said, it is a reality. Yes, our people live in the largest prison on earth. The other half lives in refugee camps for the past 50 years, but we have shown, based on our experience, resilience, and we've managed to build actually a nation in exile with all its institutions. And as you may know, we are not only a refugee nation, we have a state that was proclaimed back in 1976, and it is a full member of the African Union. The Sahrawi Republic is a full member of the African Union. But again, our people continue to live divided by Moroccan occupation, where, as I said, half of it is under total occupation and media blackout. And this is why I would take this opportunity to call on all media and free media in the world to try to break this wall of silence imposed on our occupied territories and bring the voice of the Sahrawi world to the world.
So what lessons can we learn from Timor-Leste independence struggle?
Many lessons. One of them is a lesson of hope and never despair. East Timor case was not actually addressed by the United Nations for over 20 years. The question of West Sahara is being periodically addressed by the United Nations. But what we learned from that, because despite the fact that the international community turned its back on the people of East Timor, the people of East Timor never lost hope and never gave up their struggle. And that's, I think, a very strong message of determination that our people also determined to pursue our struggle that we can learn. The second is that it is one thing to continue the struggle internally to face the enemy, but to amplify that struggle, you need the international community support. And I think the East Timor's people worked very hard from their diplomatic work and networks, where the church and other components of the civil society were very active internationally to raise awareness about the issue and to bring it to give it more visibility worldwide. And I think all these are experiences from which we can learn. And that's why we always say that the struggle of the brotherly people of East Timor is the great inspiration to us now struggling.
So does it give you hopes when you see their Sahara flags flying in the Timor-Leste during this meeting?
Very much so. Because, as I said, this country is an example. And these magnificent and courageous people are example for us and for other people struggling. And as I said, it is an example of hope that whatever difficult the situation may be and whatever impossible it may seem, the possibility is always there. And this is an example, and we hope very soon that we can celebrate along with our brothers in East Timor and other brothers around the world, the independence of West Sahara. And that will be the second independence of a successful decolonization process, as was the case here in East Timor.
So, Mr. Thank you very much for your time talking with us from RTTL Workers.
Thank you very much for having me.